I'll do the countdown again. Good evening or good morning to the Americans that are here.
Good afternoon.
This is the second time for us because I forgot to click the go live button a minute ago. So
Yeah, this is like take two.
we did this whole intro without actually going live.
I've never done an AMA this early.
How's it going, Zach? You just woken up. Well, stayed awake the whole night, right?
I just
No,
realized
no,
everyone's got the same colored hat.
Yes, I was gonna say that too. I'm like, Benji and I need red hats because all three of you guys have red hats on today.
Yeah,
Orange.
definitely.
It's
Orange, right?
it's 9 o'clock in the morning. This is torture.
Welcome to our world. Very.
Okay.
We got everyone, right?
Yeah, we've got everyone. Nick is out and about, so I think he's not on video this week, but he'll be joining to mention some things, I guess, every now and then. So how should we get started? Benji, you want to start off? Well, maybe I should start off by, well, first of all, thank you everyone for joining. Second of all, please everyone go like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps us for the algorithm. So make sure you smash the like button. I've always wanted to say that on a stream. I've never said it yet. So smash the like button, everyone. And I think there is a special guest this week. As you'll see in the middle of our screen, Samuel is here this week. And Samuel has created all of the maps for the game. And a lot of the buildings and the things within basically everything to do with landscape and maps is Samuel, and that's what he's been doing. And he is going to preview the new neutral zone this week. So I'm pretty excited to see it. We did a little preview of it earlier on the call, but there was a couple of bugs and the grass wasn't showing up. So I think I'll finally get to see it with the grass, and it should look really good. So Benji, maybe you want to get started off?
Yeah, sure. I think we can start with the new map since it's the largest update, and then I'll introduce a bit like the other development update on the game.
Sure. So Samuel, do you want to share your screen and show the map?
Yes, exactly. I'm just up. Okay, everything should work now. Tell me if you see it.
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool. So we are. I'm really happy to show you the new map, the rework of the whole central zone. So you will see some elements that you have with which you are familiar with, but there is still a lot of changes. So maybe I start with the central part of the central land that has been totally reworked. We still have the lake in the middle, but now we have a really more sculptural aspect on the map. So let me show you a little bit of this.
It looks a lot better with the grass now and the foliage.
Yes. So how you can see, as you can see, we want to make it evident that it was a part of the Bezogi game. Make it a way that if you see a picture of the game, you see directly that it's Bezogia related, but in a way that it makes sense with the landscape.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Makes me want to explore.
Yeah, there's a lot of we have a lot of different foliage as well, Samuel, right? We have like different colored foliage for different areas of the map. Is that right?
Yes, yes, exactly. Now one of the things we want to do is make a map that is with a lot of different places. I think the first map was great, but everything was a little bit the same, and we want to give more interest in the exploration. So now every places on the map is unique with its own personality.
Mm-hmm.
We rework the central the belt wall too. Before it was just a little wall with some stairs. Now you have a really huge ruin zone to explore that we hope with a lot of secrets and a lot of parkour possible. So we hope you'll take some time to see all the possibility and all the secrets we place in this central ruins.
I like the foliage that is on the buildings as well. It looks really cool.
Yeah, and it's moving.
Yeah. Not for me with my bad connection, because but I think for the people that are watching on the stream, they can probably see it.
I can see it. I can see it quite clearly. It's really cool. I like how it's going against the walls as well.
As you can see around this ring, you can have a first glance of the world outside. That is something like two times bigger than the last map.
Oh, it's two times bigger.
Yeah, it's really bigger.
I see those. I think a lot of people, Samuel, will be gagging to see those portals.
Yes,
I keep seeing a glimpse on it on the right, and I almost feel like telling him, dude, turn right. I want to see what's going on over there.
Oh, I'm falling. Sorry. But you have a normal way to go. You can take the stairs directly if you don't want to take some damage by falling.
Yeah, the new portals look really cool.
Yeah,
especially with the magical, like the special effects that we have in the middle. I think that's the first draft of the effects. We'll probably probably make it much more exciting, the effects, but this is at least a first draft for the alpha version.
So all around the central area, have a lot of ruins, a lot of rocks, a lot of places, and sorry, maybe I'm disconnected. I will restart.
Yeah, it's real connection issue.
I'm loving the look though. It's looking amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good. Yeah.
There's some more beaches.
Yes, we are going to see them if I can.
The beaches. I had actually forgotten about the beaches. The beaches are super cool. Oh, there we are. You can see the portal in the background there. Yeah.
In the way to the connection, I can show you maybe like this if you agree. So if we are looking all the map, you see that every place now is different and has a design that refers to a breed of Bezogi. You have the blue, the shield Zogi. The purple represents the dark Zogi. The green for the free Zogi with their tree. The mint Zogi and their holy land. The holy Zogi with the whitest we can go if we don't want to make it look like snow for the design. here the entry of the Bezogi land, the Bezogi and their forest to dump people, and the Zergzogi. So every place around the central zone refer to a breed of Bezogi, but you have to some new things like some flying castles that you can explore. You have to find the way to go in, and other places like this. The beach was really, I think, an improvement because personally for me it's something that I really want to see when I go to a game. It's where I can just be lazy and take some time, like I want to do in the real life. Ah yes, the connection.
There we go. Maybe you can turn your speed up, so that you can show everyone a little bit faster. This is one of the advantages of being a developer, that you can just turn the speed up a bit.
So it's Bezogi with the wrong color.
So as you can see there, it's really, really huge. So the beach.
Yeah, the beaches are really nice.
Yeah, it's already one of my favorite places in the game.
This is sweet. It's really nice.
Oh, I thought on your previous version, your dev version, you could walk
like
on water.
the-
I was expecting you to walk on water there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the way it's swimming in like 2x.
It feels
Just-
like we should have a beach party or get the boats out.
Yeah, of course. We fixed a lot of things between our last meeting with Benjamin.
Yeah, we fixed the water.
But I think it's nice actually to show everyone what's going on, because usually we talk about all these game updates and we just look at Benji's face. But this time we actually have something for everyone to see.
Yeah, now he doesn't have the afro anymore, so
Yeah, it's not even that interesting anymore.
yeah, exactly.
So as you can see, we are absolutely not in the same place as we started. No, it's really rough and orange, red, like if we was in a really hot place. So here is the new portals. It's just a work in progress of the effect, but you can run on this place and be teleported at the end to in the other land. I will show you on the other side, but you have an effect to show the connection with the other places.
So when can we expect to see this in alpha testing?
I was about to ask that.
That's a very good question.
It all depends of the level of finition we will want, but technically it could be in the game. Just we take some time to polish it, to be sure that it's 100% safe. You can't fall between the map. Maybe rework some details. I can see here the grass seems to be like 5 centimeters too low and don't really appear. We are discovering some issue live still.
I think there are like a few, a lot of small things. Once we fix them, like some easy fix.
Oh, there we are. We're running on water now. I see it. There we go. When you put the speed up enough, then he starts running on the water.
I think maybe in some areas we need to fix a couple of stuff, but like I think it should be ready quite soon. It seemed quite stable. There's like probably a few, a little polish, and then we can add this.
I think one thing to mention is the gameplay might be a little bit laggy on the stream, but actually it's running really smooth locally. It's just, I think there's some throttling when it comes to putting it onto YouTube and maybe on Twitter as well. But
Yeah,
for sure the footage is actually running really smooth.
Yeah, of course. And maybe the high speed don't really help. If you want me to slow it down again, I can do it.
Actually, on this map, it should run. The game would run a little bit faster than on the previous one. It should be more optimized, even though it's
Yeah, that's
bigger.
something that maybe you could discuss, Ben, because we were actually testing this week the old map actually, but the new map will be even better. We were testing on Android, right? Maybe you wanted to go.
Yeah. I think like we had good performances, like mostly between 30 and 60 frame per second on the low end recent phone. So this is pretty good. We still have a lot to optimize to make it more stable, like in every situation. But we have like already worked on these days on a few optimization for that. So and with the new map, I think we'll try with like stuff like techniques like occlusion culling and etc. That allow us to not render everything that's on the map, but only what's visible. We can I think we can have really good performances, especially with the new map, because as you see in the design, in the previous map you had like lots of situations where you were seeing everything, but on this map you see there are like more verticality in the design, and so you don't need to render all the objects on it. So even though the map looks much better, much more interesting, we will have a better performance.
So Benji, would that mean then performance would be pretty stable across a various array of GPUs, right?
Yeah, for sure. And even on mobile.
Yeah, I was going to say that I saw that on the comments. I actually showed that comment. It said, I'll put it up, from Kostas. I don't want to pronounce that wrong. Papa Konstantino. Hopefully I got that right. But this is actually using less performance and less GPU and CPU than the previous map, mainly because of exactly what Benji was talking about. This map has a lot of terrain that is basically, I don't know how to explain that, but there's a lot of inclines and declines. So there's a lot of hills and basically there's a lot of elevation, and basically it will occlude areas of the map. So when you're looking in one direction, you don't actually see the whole map because it's not completely open. There's hills and other objects that are blocking the rest of the map. And what that does is that actually means that we don't have to render as much in the scene, because the way the game is designed, it will only render the objects that are in view. So when we have hills that are hiding the rest of the map, actually it makes the performance of the game a lot better, because you don't need to render as much, because when it's hidden, it's not rendered.
Can we check out the castle? Can we check out the castle at the top of the hill?
Yeah, of course we can. You can go everywhere, but maybe we should let you some. I don't want to spoil everything on the map for the first.
Any tips, Samuel, for how to get onto the floating islands?
Oh no, I think you should explore, but I think
actually, Samuel, I was going to say you need to show that the island in the sky, because we have a sky bridge. At least the first draft. Maybe we should show that. Huh?
Okay. Yeah, but maybe I could do it in accelerate, because it's gonna be a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, you can turn the speed up. Maybe Benji can continue talking about everything else we're working on while you run around.
While you're hiking to the. Yeah, sure. So yeah, we in last week's update, we've added like a few things to the game already. Like we've added better particles for the object. Like when you're eating an enemy, it looks already a lot better, more satisfying. We also added like points of interest on the map, like that give a boost. So some places add like a speed boost. For instance, if you press E, and you get for like a 10-20 second boost, and all these things, I think, especially with the new map, we'll have lots more like a special, interesting places, and these places won't just have an impact in the graphics, but also in the gameplay, because you can activate maybe some totems and stuff like that to get a boost in strength
Whoa,
and things like this. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. We've also improved the controls on the gamepad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's the Skybridge.
Really?
Okay.
It's a first draft of the Skybridge. I think we might
Wow.
improve it a little bit, but
If
Yeah.
you know, you know.
exactly.
I like it. I like it. I like that it's a clear bridge.
Watching him stream this just makes me want to play.
Yeah, really.
Let's go.
You need to update that streamer build, Benji.
I
Yeah.
want the developer tools where I can run it 10x.
Yeah, like that's special developer privilege.
I think when we
It's
combine
very
the
it's very
map,
engaging and entertaining with so much different texture everywhere.
Oh,
Oh no!
sorry.
So now is the time to
Oh my
discuss
God.
fall damage. Maybe it's the time to discuss fall damage. And that definitely-
It's like the fall damage. I mean,
you died some, right?
yeah, he got some. Yeah, like that. It's not super strong. Like you don't get to the point where you die. I think we'll increase it a bit, maybe to half. I think half the health is a good spot, because we want people to be able to do crazy things like that without like worrying too much. But still, you should get some damage. You should get a bit more damage. Yeah, like this looks pretty cool. I mean, it's hard for me to focus on the update with like such cool view, because I haven't been able to try this version. So, but yeah,
I think this is a good
Costa.
question.
I think
This
Costas
is a good
rabbit.
question from Costas. Maybe Samuel and Ben can give some idea on this.
How much?
I
is
think
the
this will
game
vary system to system.
Loading on the
Yeah.
GPU VRAM on Ultra.
I think it would change like from one system to another. I mean, like right now it's running on Ultra in the editor, so the performances are much better when you play on the regular game and not in the editor. And I think the performances are already pretty good on the. I mean, it's a pretty good computer, but like so I think it should like any like a recent computer with a good, fairly good dedicated graphics card should be able to run it in Ultra without any issue. But like like maybe older machines might want to have slightly lower settings, but usually it should be optimized. It should be optimized really well. And maybe the first draft, maybe when we add them up, there will be a few lags and stuff, but I think that should get fixed quickly. So maybe when the first days we had it, first test, maybe it will be slower, but in the long term it will be shortly faster. And that's it.
I see
It looks really good.
I see a flock of birds flying around on the west side.
Yeah.
I love all the Bezogis in the terrain as well. Like the rock Bezogis all around the place.
I'm happy and be able to show this to everyone. This is cool, and it's like you see reality as it's approaching, and it seems like a lot of fun.
When we've got quests combined with the gameplay and the explorability, it'll just add a whole new dimension of gameplay. Because when you're doing quests and discovering with your friends and running, I mean, it was already a lot of fun in the old map. So the new map, it's going to be a lot of really, really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Benji, did you want to continue with updates, or are we getting very
distracted? For sure. Yeah. We have like a new. We're working on the animations on the game, on both creating the animations themselves and also improving the animation system. So the system is basically ready. We just need to add like a couple of things, and so it makes the animation better, and also it will make us more flexible for like the types of animations like players can have, enemies can have, and we're also like upgrading like the character of the Bezogi, like the model of it. I mean, it will still look like a Bezogi, but they will have like a slightly better, like a. I mean, it's actually a lot better, like for the animations, the ridging, like so basically the arms, etc., won't look weird when they move. So we've tested it, and it's.
And they've got some junk in the trunk as well, Benji.
Yeah, they're quite big, but they're good.
The new Bezogi, see Shade's face. The new Bezogis have got some junk in the trunk. That's all I'm gonna say.
So yeah, but like
Kim Kardashian, eat your heart out. We're coming for you.
Yeah, they
Kanye's not
kind
gonna
of
be
do. But still, but for the animations at least, they surely look a lot better. They also have like a neck and stuff, so it's more like they look more harmonious, and all the animations we create in the future will look better on them. So that was really, I think that would be a pretty good upgrade for making the game more clean and more like a release ready.
Do we want to show the upgrade for the Bezogis for their little island? What do you reckon?
Oh, like the island. Okay, yeah, we could. We could mention that. Like, I think we've created. I mean, I think we need to clean a few things before we can really show it completely. But like, we've created like a WebGL application. So basically, a web application that can be played in a browser to present the Bezogis to people. So if you have a Bezogi, you can try, or even if you don't have it and you're considering buying one or just checking around, you can play it directly on our website. I mean, it will be available soon. It's not yet there, but it's 90% working. And you can have it also. You can play it on platforms like Opensea, so you'll be able to just click on your Bezogi, it will load, and then you'll be able to play around on a little flying island and see your Bezogi. Yeah. So I think that would be like a very cool addition to our NFTs.
Definitely a nice upgrade for anyone coming into the ecosystem. They can have a play around with the Bezogi, and it's like for like game experience.
Yeah, and it's like you don't need to download anything. You just get to like the either OpenSea or our website. It's like it loads for 5 seconds, and you have and you can play around with your Bezogi. So of course, to have like the full game experience, you need to download the game. But like you can already play around, see a bit of the world. I think it will introduce the game to a lot more people. Yeah, actually, like a comment, someone says like the twerking Zogi confirmed. Actually, that's we'll add like a twerking animation as a dance in the game. Saying that will fit well the new Bezogis. I'm not even joking.
Animation would be nice. Huh? It might increase the age rating for the game a little bit.
We might need to have a cheeky combination to activate twerk mode.
Yeah, maybe. Like so the guys from PG won't see it when they test the game. Yeah, so that's main progress we do. Like we also have a lot of progress on the backend for like the server infrastructure. There's like more and more that is getting done, and yeah. So we also have like just today a new special effect artist just joined the company. So you can expect some really cool new special effects for the attacks, for lots of things in the games, like lots of particles and cool things like that.
Is that Flex or Felix?
Felix, yeah, Felix.
Felix, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that would be. I mean, like I've seen his previous work, which is great. So I think he will do some really cool effects in the game. Yeah, I think for the development, that's pretty much it. And if
Yeah,
think
maybe
we can go
Benji,
on.
seeing as we have this question on the screen,
Yeah.
we do have plans to integrate team quests. We were discussing this earlier. There'll definitely be a team system for people to come in and play together with friends.
Yeah, for sure. I think there will be some kind of a friend system where you can see, like, if you have some friends, if you can see if they're in game. That's something I think we'll add during the beta, before the launch.
Yeah.
And to see, like, we'll be able to find them easily on the map. So maybe they will be displayed probably in green. So if you have your friends in the game, you can check the map and you'll see that directly that they are there. There will be some ways to join them and to do some quests with them and to do things like that.
The Bezogis will also have like their own meeting room or chill out home where they can also meet up with friends and chit chat.
Yeah, that's something we want to have, and actually that's something we have like a few things ready for. Like, yes, a few things on the way for that. So that should be that would be cool. So, and like, yeah, like later that's a system we want to expand quite a bit, like on the friend system, like maybe have like guilds and stuff. And yeah, so like that's like a big part of it will be like on the back end we are like still developing some also like the structure still has like a few things to be done before we can really implement that part, but it will be ready too.
Okay. I think that's it for game updates then. Maybe we move over to Shahid for the marketing.
Marketing side of things, a lot of back-end work going on with the team, working on international, also prepping for email marketing as mentioned before. We've made a conscious decision to already upgrade our infrastructure for email, and we can see already we're going to outgrow our current setup or the setup that we had in the initially. So we're working behind the scenes, a lot of subscribers coming through the door. We want to make sure that we're communicating actively with everyone that's expressed an interest in Bezoge, whether you're an alpha player or just want to buy a Bezoge token. Yeah, we want to make sure we're engaging with you. So hopefully from early next week, we'll have the first batch of thank you emails going out and allow you to stay up to date in another marketing channel. Yeah, probably on marketing a little bit more birthday preparation for birthday coming up. So prepping behind the scenes with Granizo, working on some custom Bezogia artwork. So it'll be nice to share for the birthday. Outside of that, just a bit more onboarding on the technical side of things on CMS. International is still being worked on. I'd like to release that next, and then it will be e-commerce thereafter. So that's the continued recap on marketing.
Okay, I think there's also a lot of email signups for the...
Yeah, we're seeing a lot coming through the door. It's really nice. As ever, I want to improve the conversion rate. So we'll be looking at optimizing the flow. We mentioned before reducing down the barrier and friction when you come into Bezoge. So we capture your initial email, your name, and thereafter, yeah, we'd like to have a chat with you. So it'll be nice. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to a lot of the game updates as well. We can obviously share a lot of these features coming through the door, and I think just with the general progression in the ecosystem and what we're working on behind the scenes, a lot of people would want to stay up to date with a lot of the news that we've got coming. So it's been more of a quiet week, more of an engineering week than anything else. But as ever, you know, we continue to work every day behind the scenes. and we'll drop when we know things are good and ready and polished. And team expansion, we're always looking to expand the team. So language is one area we're looking at proactively. Spanish language, as mentioned before. So some of that translation process has started in terms of QAing some content, making sure it meets the right quality. Different languages have different complexities, so we want to make sure we're localized for LATAM as well as Europe. So taking into account a lot of localizations. Yeah, that would probably
Also
be
on the
it.
also on the hiring side, we have 2 people starting. One person started today, in fact, special effects. So you should begin to see a lot more detailed effects within the game. So all the combat and everything like that, and in the portals, for example, all these sort of places will begin to have more effects. And you can see things that Samuel's been working on with regards to effects with the clouds and the fog within the map, and the birds flying through the sky, all these effects. So that's one thing. This was today. Later this week, we also have a combat designer coming in, and that is officially the last desk in the Chinese office will be filled. So there's no space in the office anymore, unless we do a little bit of jiggery pokery with the desk layouts. I think we can maybe fit in another 3 or 4 people, but that's the last desk filled. And so the combat designer, that'll be mostly working on the group combat, because Benji has well, basically we have a lot more enemies coming. I wish I could show you the latest enemy because it's fantastic.
People are
I can
asking
see-
about weapons.
I see that. I put that on the screen. I was going to come to that in a second, but the enemies that we have coming up, I think people are going to really like. I can see the smile on Benji's face as I mention it, because he's seen it, and Shahid has seen it as well.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
But basically, we have a lot of the. I know a lot of people know about Donald Pump and Donald Dump. We shared
They're
those
not
out
ready
before.
they're not ready for what's coming next, really.
But these are more high level enemies, yeah. So we're putting together the full enemy system, and we'll basically have 4 versions of each enemy, going from the most common up to the rarest, and the rarest will be harder to beat, of course, like level 100 up to level 1 up to about on level 100, and 1 to 25 being level 1, and in terms of aesthetics. And they'll be more and more difficult to beat, and there'll be areas of the map that are really difficult to beat. So they'll be filled with high level enemies, and there'll be other areas of the map that are more low level enemies. But we'll also have more common enemies. So I think maybe in the coming weeks, I think hopefully next week we should be able to reveal the first common enemy.
For sure.
I think I'm super excited to share that. Actually, I've seen some of the models in the office already. It looks fantastic. So that'll be really interesting to show. So over the next few weeks, we should drop more enemies. And again, the new combat designer will be working on exactly how the map will be laid out and how the combat will be for each of these enemies in terms of what animations there need to be, what special effects there need to be, all that sort of stuff. And the question on the screen, are there any weapons you can show us? I think over the next couple of weeks, we can start showing a few more weapons. Maybe not too many, because we have maybe some exciting things that we might be doing with weapons, but maybe that's a big hint. Maybe that's a big bit of an Easter egg for people. So we should have some exciting stuff coming with weapons very soon. We're excited to show everyone. But we'll definitely begin to show a few more weapons and exactly how they look, but they're looking a lot better. One thing that will be on the enemies as well, when does Benji get a hat? Actually, Benji can wear a hat now, yeah, because he doesn't have a hat.
It didn't fit before, right?
Yeah.
We were going to get you a custom hat, Benji.
He tried to wear a hat before a few times, and he couldn't fit it on his head because of the afro, but I think now he'll be fine.
No, it'll be fine, yeah. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
One thing to say with the enemies, they're going to have armor and weapons. So we'll also move the enemies so that they have a fixed aesthetic for each enemy. in terms of color, because I know at the moment, right now, the enemies are actually, they have breeds and the colors, so the color of the body is actually changing. We're going to have fixed colors, which should make the enemies much more unique. And well, I say unique, it makes them more identifiable, right, Benji? So the ship enemy will actually look like a ship. As at the moment, sometimes when it's blue, it's not obvious that that's a ship.
Yeah, exactly. I think it will be. It will make more sense. I think with the armor, there will still be the effect of the breed, like, but it will be on the clothes and the armor.
Exactly. So they will still have the colors of the breed, but it will be based on the armor that they're wearing rather than the color of their skin. And I think that'll allow it to really look like, when you see a giant ship in the wild, it'll actually look like a giant ship. And then it'll just be wearing some Shield Zogian armor and have a Shield Zogian weapon, rather than it being like a Shield Zogian ship, because then it doesn't look like ship. That's one issue that we have with the enemies right now. So there'll be a more consistent and look for the enemies, and they'll be much more identifiable as the character that they're actually meant to be.
Yeah, and also, like, since we'll have more, we have like one person dedicated to do the animations right now, so we'll have like much more custom animations for every enemy, so it will be easier for us to have like more kind of special ones, like typically like a large enemies that can do big attacks, etc.
Yeah.
So I think it will make things more interesting in the gameplay.
Okay. Benji, I'll get you a hat for next week. We've got a lot in the office.
Yeah, I'll take one out.
As always, I feel like I should be asking for leaks this week. Yeah.
I think we just leaked the entire map. I think we're doing okay on leaks.
Yeah, but it's never enough, man. We want more.
One thing to say, we do have some guests from another community coming on in about 10 minutes. They're coming on to our AMA, and we're going to hop onto their AMA tomorrow as well. I'd say tomorrow. I think it's today, US time, so it'll be later in about, I think it's 9 hours from now, 8.5 hours from now, something like that. Shahid might be on, but I'll certainly be jumping on from the Bezoge account. But we have another community. Basically, they want to come on and say thank you to our community, and then we'll be going on and onto their AMA tomorrow as well. Tomorrow my time, I think, same day US time.
Just for Mike James to know, Benji broke his oath of cutting his hair before beta, but my oath of growing my hair until 20 billion market cap, I'm still going at it. I'm still going at it. Yeah, I've come out to the shoulders, but it's okay. When I wear a hat, it's controlled. Thanks for putting that up there, Steve.
I put it up on purpose. Okay, so should we move on to Carrie? I'll take it off now for you, Zach, just so you can. There you go.
All right, what's up, everyone?
This is a better question.
So Paulo is not with us today, but he sent me a DM of our weekly giveaway winner. So drum roll. I don't have any drum roll music today, but
there's no drum roll on here.
We don't have any. I told you need to go over to last.
All right, congratulations to Jackson Healy.
I can still hear the drum roll. Is that just me? I can still hear the drum roll. Yeah.
Oh, is that me?
Who is it?
I don't know, but I can still hear the drum roll.
Oh, sorry, that was me.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe a delay. Okay, so did everybody hear the winner? Jackson Steely 3. Congratulations.
Jackson Steely 3, congratulations.
You are this week's 100 billion giveaway winner. Man, I had like so many questions and things I wanted to talk about. Luckily, I did write some of them down. I just mind blown by looking at the gameplay. I just forgot about so many other things I wanted to talk about. But I'll go ahead and get to a few of the questions I had written down. And while we're waiting for our special guest. So first question, since Bezoge has become a legit company, does that mean they can sell the company and brand in the future? And if so, how are investors protected?
Yeah, we discussed this earlier, Carrie. I mean, yes, I mean, essentially we're the same as any company would be. But the main thing to note is that the tokens and everything that is crypto related is all fully decentralized. So whether the company is acquired or not, your tokens are still your tokens. They're in your wallet. The only thing that would maybe be affected would be the IP of the game, essentially, right? So everything crypto wise, blockchain wise, that everyone has invested in already is completely separate to any entity. It's basically just the game that would be related to the entity as an operational entity. It's nothing to do with the ownership of the entire token or anything like that. That's the token is fully decentralized and owned by the community. So whatever's in your wallet is in your wallet.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest advantage. I was also going to mention the same thing, that because it's a decentralized asset, you own the token in your wallet. You have the freedom to transfer it, to swap it, do what you want with it. So generally that's like a more traditional question when it comes to like being a shareholder or a stakeholder in a company. But when it comes to decentralized projects, that's the beauty of it. I remember back in the day, Bobby asked me that question, and I was like, your tokens are in your wallet. You know, you have control over your asset, and
it almost sounds like an EBIT. Sounds like a startup EBITDA question.
No, but you see, generally what happens is with startups, you'll have liquidity issues, right? So if you invest in a startup, whether you invest into their seed rounds or their Series A rounds, until a certain point of time, your investment can mature. And here, depending on the performance on the project, your tokens are there. You can buy more, you can sell some, you can transfer them around. So there's so much flexibility when it comes to liquidity as an investment, right? As a digital asset that you're holding in your wallet. And then in the future, as this ecosystem is growing and we're adding more value to the token, to the in-game tokens, right? You can decide what you want to do with them. So I think it's generally very, very different than a tech startup. In a tech startup, sometimes you can invest and just be locked in for 2, 3, 4 years until you have the flexibility to move or cash out or enjoy any of the gains. So we're decentralized. This is the best part. You can be in today, you can be in heavier tomorrow, you could be out day after tomorrow. New people come in, old people exit. It's all open. Oh,
sorry to cut in. This is what's behind me. Someone is asking I should introduce the new team member behind me on the ledge. It's like a cosplay Mario with Leon, the movie Leon. So I'll put
my
that
guys,
back.
Mr. T's run out of battery.
Tom and Jerry on the other side.
You guys and yours. Toys. But that was a very important question that he asked, and just to kind of go over that. I would be showing cool models, but I'm like in my in-laws' house in Seattle, so I don't have any of my stuff here. But yeah, that's the beauty of having decentralized assets. And even with us and our skin in the game, even as dev and core team, sits in tokens. So generally speaking, it's everyone involved in the project, whether you're silent, you're active, you're a gamer, you're a dev, you're a core member, doesn't matter what you are, we're all linked into the same digital asset. So we're all looking to make it grow, right? Yep.
Right. Now we go on to the next question. Let me quickly say Donald Pump is fully modeled. I'm just waiting to see, actually. I think they're working on the textures right now and the animation, so I'm looking forward to seeing that very soon. Maybe we can drop a preview of Donald Pump in 3D very soon.
Yeah.
Well, they say Donald might come back to Twitter. We might be the ones that bring him back.
We might be the ones. Yeah, we might be all. I'm sure we'll be all tagging him when Donald Pump comes out.
Donald Pumps again.
All right. So next question. On the roadmap, there's some discussion of guilds onboarding, and we've got a community member asking if there's a sign-up process or any assistance if he wants to run a small guild. what kind of assistance or what can we do to help, our community members that may want to have like their own little small guilds?
Yeah, so the guild system will be completely open to any guild, small or large. We'll basically have a back-end system for them to come in and manage all their players. Most likely for main launch rather than during beta. If it's in beta, it should be towards the end of beta, but there'll definitely be a system, an admin panel for guilds to be able to manage their players. So, but it won't be restricted to you have to have X amount of players to be a guild. There maybe be a very low, maybe like, 5 to 10 players, maybe something like that. Nothing crazy, but we don't want to turn away small guilds just because of their size. I think we'll be open to anyone joining, or at least as open as we can be without, that makes sense.
Perfect. That sounds good. So yeah, we'll have a section in Discord or something for communication on that. Okay. And there are some people asking who made the trailer, and if you can give them a shout out. If you can't mention any names, at least pass a message along to them that the community loves it.
Yeah, we can. The trailer was made by a company called Canoe. I think it's called Canoe. Let me open the website. Canoe Band, right? I believe it's Canoe Band. Yeah,
they've done great work. They've worked with some large international brands. If you go on Canoe Band, I don't know if it's .com or what it is, but you see a portfolio, and they've done good stuff. Yeah, sure, they delayed a little bit, but you can't blame them for the war, right? But they're a great company. They've done great work.
It was well worth the wait. I absolutely love it. My kids love it. Everyone loves it. So well worth the wait. But shout out and thank them. Okay, so a few people in Twitter Spaces as well as in the comment section are asking about VR. I know we've touched it before. And is that something that could be a possibility after main game launch?
Could you say that again? That question?
VR.
VR.
When
VR. I thought you said who we are, and I'm like,
We know who you are now. We need VR.
I don't know.
VR. So, a little bit of a backstory for VR of Benji and Samuel. Benji and Samuel have their own gaming company that they own. And actually, with the latest title, I think, Benji, that you released is called Gang V.
Yeah.
And Gang V is actually one of the only games in the world that, at least that I know of, that you can play both in VR and non-VR at the same time. It's cross-platform. So if we were to, I think it's possible. It would certainly add a lot of complexities to it. We have already tested in VR, but
we've already done a test in VR. I mean, it was like a relatively simpler test as like a full game with all the menus, etc., inventory. So I think, it's possible. I mean, we know, like, we kind of have done it before, so we know it's doable.
I think priority is mobile and PC.
Yeah.
If we can make, I think if we were to make it mobile, PC, and VR, it would probably be the first game in the world that is cross-platform on all three of those.
Might be. I don't know.
So,
might actually be the first one. So yeah, that would be awesome. I think there's a lot of considerations when it comes to VR, like a lot of things that need to be adapted. But to have like at some point to have a compatibility would be really awesome. And like there are like few difficulties. Maybe like some controls wouldn't be available in VR, would be slightly different and stuff like that. But I think we could have like at least some level of compatibility, like a little while after the launch.
I think with a lot of the VR headsets now, they've massively improved in quality with HP Reverb G2. A lot of them becoming much more affordable and requiring a lot less processing power. So as a team, like a lot of these headsets now having built-in cameras, so the barrier to entry again for VR is a lot less. So it's nice.
And the fact that the game is already optimized for mobile, and it will be much more optimized at that time, will be able to like performance is like one of the biggest difficulty in VR, like optimization, and that part will already be done. So I think it will make sense. It will be possible. We'll see, depending on the situation, how what's mostly needed, which platform we should go first and stuff, and then we'll definitely see.
So from what I'm guessing, mainly when it comes to VR, it's being able to synchronize the gameplay from a controls and actions point of view, more than just being able to look around or walk around, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
The main difference in VR is that you don't have fixed animations for attack. Like you think of attacking, you click the mouse and he does this, right? Whereas when you're doing it in VR, you literally move your hand, and you could move it in different angles, and the attack will be completely different. There's a lot more to synchronize than just I think, Benji, correct me if I'm wrong, but an attack in the current version, all you have to say is he clicked attack, and then the other player will know that he clicked attack, and it can play the attack animation. Whereas when it's in VR, you need to literally tell him exactly where the arm went and the path of the arm. And synchronize all of it, right?
You need to synchronize the position and rotation of like the two hands, the head of the like a rotation of the head of the player, and all these things. And you need to do like what's called like find some way like to do like some inverse kinematics, which is basically a way to find like the position of the arms and the body from the positions of the hands and the head. And so like this, and it's like it has it adds some complexity to the game. So it's relatively complex to do, especially
it sounds more fun. It sounds more fun to kill an enemy, like
when you've tried.
It's fun. I know for sure. It's really fun.
Smashing him everywhere. That'd be so cool.
Yeah. No, for sure. I think we'll find some way. Even if we'll see, there might be some solutions to make things compatible and cool and fun. Might be like.
So guys, I think before maybe we can continue with some more community stuff first, but I think we have a couple of guests, and I know one of them needs to leave very soon. And I just see that one of them is actually getting dressed in the background, so they make sure he's decent before I bring him on video. No, he looks okay. He's decent. Okay, there we go. Because he just took his top off in the background a minute ago. Luckily, no one else could see that. Okay, so let me bring on. A lot of people will know the first guest, so welcome on Oscar.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Oscar.
And then welcome on Jason.
Hey, I say I'm not happy that I got the old hat still, and you guys got the new one. Someone
How you doing, Jason?
A red and white one to me.
I've got the old one as well. I was going to wear the old one actually,
but I'm a double supporter today, boys. Double supporter of Bezogi and Ed Hart and Tripster as well.
Let's go. Oscar, I appreciate you.
So, guys, I wanted. Obviously, I know a ton of the community. I'm very good friends with everyone on the call now, and I wanted to bring Jason on because the whole idea behind Tripsters was to intercommunicate between different communities and to bring communities together. And me as a Bezogian at heart and being involved in the project from the beginning and so forth to this day, I found it very interesting how both communities supported each other over the last month or so. And Steve and everyone here, Shahid, Zach, and Carrie, everyone that's on, Michael, Charles, I just wanted to really thank you from the bottom of my heart because it means a lot to me, and it shows just how strong the Bezogi community is in general, because there's so many of you that are involved in our ideas and so forth, even mine on outside of Bezogi, that I gotta say I love you guys all, and thank you for letting us on. And Jason, I wanted to introduce you, and I know you got a lot to say to Bezogi and the whole community.
Yeah, I'm Jason. I'm the founder of Tripsters. I was introduced to Bezoge, to your community a while ago, and it was really kind of my first introduction to like a really strong Web3 community. And it was fascinating to see how loyal, diehard, and just passionate people were about the project. I became a creator, and it taught me so much. Because community is number one when it comes to Web3, because that's what it is. It's a community project. And I'm amazed by what you guys did and what you guys are doing. My theory is that community plus utility equals longevity. I saw your game trailer. I thought it was absolutely outstanding. I'm super psyched. I'm a Bezoge community member as well, and I'm excited for the future.
You got to do one congratulations, because I know it went through the news came out, obviously, and everyone in the Bezoge community was excited. But I think important pieces. We got to congratulate the members of the Bezoge community that were lucky enough to win the Bored Ape giveaway.
Yeah, real.
Yeah, I was so ecstatic about that. That one of your community members won it. And I think one of your community's members, I'm pretty sure, Oscar, correct me if I'm wrong, they own one of the 101s, right?
Yeah, one of our I don't know if we can say is it Steve. We can't say who owns the 101, right?
I think everyone knows who they won. Yes, I think everyone knows the one, right?
Yeah. So Bobby, I think
two of the. I know that there was a few of the Bezogians together that made an investment into Tripsters together, I think, and they agreed that if one of them won, they would share the Bored Ape.
Right. Yeah.
So I know there was a group of 3 people. I think maybe I know that 2 of them are watching the stream right now.
Could it be any more community than going in together with 3 other people? I mean, come on, that's what we're about, right?
Yeah, I know. They all basically agreed if they win, then they would share it. I think they all bought separately. I'm not 100% sure, but they all agreed if one of them wins, then they share it. And I think these people didn't know each other before Bezoge.
Really?
So they've met each other fully online, in Telegram, on the Twitter Spaces, and then they invested in some NFTs together in Tripsters, and then ended up winning a Bored Ape.
But
it's an incredible story, actually.
I was just gonna say,
guys.
Even all of us here, I mean, we've pretty much met through, and some of us have met obviously in person, but majority of us have really met originally through the phone or some sort of social media service because of Bezoge. So I mean, you can't make this stuff up. The world is changing. This whole digital revolution that we're going through is just an amazing way to meet like-minded people, and we've made some great friendships. I mean, I care so much about a lot of you, and you guys know that. But it's pretty crazy to actually have this come together. So.
I mean, look, so much. So, if you really analyze what happened, the birth of this movement, decentralized movement, because everyone was in lockdown, right? We were all lacking that community feel, right? And then what really emerged is fascinating, because we were all locked down and we played together. And I think once we found that, there's no turning. It's tremendous, and I think the decentralized movement is just beginning. And I talk about that. I don't just think finance, think it's a medicine, and as you see in NFT, it's an art. It's art is no longer owned by a centralized force or one person or one entity. It's owned by a community. And I really wanted to share my token of appreciation to the Bezoge community for really. You guys.
Thank you, Jason.
I want to thank all of you guys. I'm not going nowhere. I'm on both sides anyway, so I got to be I got to be quick at the hip with both projects. But thank you guys, everyone, for support on both sides, and I can't wait to see the correlation between both projects and how they're going to be able to support each other and so forth. This is cool.
You guys, I have to log off in a minute, but I just wanted to let you guys know, we're doing a Twitter Space tonight, 9 p.m. I'd love for you guys to come, learn more about the project. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I think I'm going to come on. I think Oscar is inviting me on, so I'll most likely join. Hopefully, I'll get to speak on your AMA and say hello.
Yes, I would love.
Zach, I don't carry. You're going to be.
I'll try. 3 a.m. So I'm going to soldier it out. Well, I'll be there.
Guys, I appreciate you. I really do. You guys are awesome, man. I can't wait.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
No problem, guys. Be good.
Speak soon, brother.
All right, bye.
Okay. Yes, great community. All right, couple more questions for me, and All right. Mike James asked a question in the comment section. How many people have been employed so far by Bezogi Labs? So what's the total count of our Bezogi Labs employees?
Okay, so that's
a very good question because it changes every day.
Let's put it together live. So what was it? 32 in China, Steve?
It's the exact. It's about 30 in China. It's changing every day, so that's why I know we have 30 desks, and literally the last desk is filling up in the next couple of days. So yeah, 30 people in China.
So 30 people in China. We have 12. Well, we're gonna have 12. We have 11 right now. We're gonna have 12 in Pakistan from the coder side. So that's 42 plus. We have people on contracts. So we have. Can I say names?
Yeah.
AD, Granizo.
Granizo.
We have Jim Bang.
Nick, the designer. Paulo. A lot of people. I
Carrie,
think in total it's over 50. I know it's over 50 in total.
Don't forget Carrie. We got Carrie.
Oh yeah, sorry, Carrie. Sorry, Carrie.
So we would generally, even there's like 2 guys here in Dubai that work in the office that are also part-time working on things that Bezos throws their way. I would say we're getting to 50 now. I think we're getting
just
to
over
50.
50.
Yeah, I would say that
50.
what Bezogi has in-house is at least 40 people now. So yeah, that's the size of Bezogi Labs globally.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's always great to hear, that we're growing and building. So one more quick question.
Oh, and before you go, Carrie, sorry, if there's anyone in Dubai that is in a marketing role, we will be hiring actively the marketing team and marketing and content team in Dubai. So if anyone is in Dubai or would like to relocate to Dubai, we are actively hiring a marketing team and content team in Dubai itself. We can maybe post up some more information soon. I know Nick and Zach not Zach right now because he's in the States, but Nick is going around. He took a few of the holders, I believe, around as well to view some offices. We're trying to set up, and we're actually trying to do something really cool with the office space. I won't spoil what it is, but we're trying to do something really cool in Dubai to bring a real community together in Dubai itself. So if anyone is looking for a job and there's in a marketing or content role, please get in touch with Shahid or with Nick and our Carrie as well, and we can maybe put you in touch with the right person.
Yeah, we're aggressively looking to establish a very good presence in Dubai. I'm only out here for a week, so you guys can only get back in touch with me as well. We have posted some of the openings on LinkedIn. Once again, a lot of you guys that are not following or connected with us on LinkedIn, please do. A lot of the official stuff coming out from Bezogi Labs would be posted on LinkedIn in the future. And we've posted those jobs and those opportunities up as well on LinkedIn. So you guys can take a look at the job. You can one-click look at the description, one-click apply for it, and get in touch with us.
Sounds great. Okay, real quick. So if they're okay with me mentioning all this, the 4 guys that was discussed earlier that won the Board 8 that Tripsters gave away is Mike James, Chris Willis, Bezogi Bomb, and Mr. Krog. Crazy story. Love those guys. All right, final question from me. We have our 1-year anniversary coming up this weekend. It's crazy. It's already been almost a year. So do we have something special for the community?
I'll let Shahid and yourself. I think you can answer that yourself, Carrie.
Yeah, I think you can carry it.
It's you that is championing this.
Oh, for sure.
Don't tell them that. They're going to hound me with questions. So, no, it is. There is something special. I know a lot of people keep asking about it. We are planning something special finalizing some details. I have no doubt that everyone will be excited about it. But yeah, I mean,
Granizo's polishing birthday Bezogi as well.
yeah, I mean, gosh, yeah, it's been a hell of a ride. You know, I can't even believe it's been almost a year already. It's insane. So we'll have hit our 1 year mark before our next AMA. So
Yeah, really.
amazing.
Yeah.
All right. And other than that, that's all the questions for me. Just want to remind everyone to stay safe. And I've learned of another scam with QR codes. So people are overlaying other QR codes on top of QR codes. So just stop scanning, stop clicking links, double, triple check everything you do before you do it with your wallets. It's the easiest way. Just think twice, 3 times before you approve, connect, click on a link. Yeah, stay safe. That's it for me.
Even if it's a standard procedure that you guys are doing, just always double check, because scammers get smarter every day. They come up with new ways. Like, scammers will never stop trying to find ways to scam you. So,
and with anything that is Bezoge related, we'll never push anything out that is not bezoge.com or bezogia.com URL. Other than actually the current login for the alpha, because Benji didn't have access to the Bezoge URL. But I believe what is the URL that we have? We could change it to bezoge.com, Benji. But what is the current URL on
beta beta bezogia.com.
Yeah, beta-bezogia.com, right?
Yeah.
People are becoming quite intelligent with different characters as well. So they're using foreign characters to mimic what might look like a native word. So if ever you're unsure, do a Google search, or direct typing would always be safest.
And there's also giveaway scams. Remember, the only giveaway right now from Bezoge is the 100 billion with a B giveaway for every week.
Weekly.
That happens on Twitter, and that's the only giveaway. So if you see any other giveaways, any other prizes being given out, always check back with the official channel. That's not us. The only giveaway right now is the 100 billion Bezoge giveaway that happens every week. That's it. Oh, I might do a giveaway. I want to get some more followers. What do you guys think?
I think there will be a giveaway for the 1 year anniversary as well. Just FYI.
Giving stuff away now already. You're not meant to give that away. There's going to be a giveaway.
I'm going to piggyback on that giveaway to get to
Zach's bribing people. He likes to do that, so he's bribing people right now.
I'm trying to get to 2,000 Twitter followers.
You need to break that invisible barrier in the algo.
Well, I broke the 1,000, so I was just thinking, should I just do a crazy giveaway for 2,000?
Maybe.
I'm gonna end that.
What's your giveaway? Do I need to go create a bunch of Twitter accounts real quick?
Well, I can't give away a B. I'll probably have to give away the T or more, right? The people don't expect me to give away too little. So
birthday giveaway.
You never know. Yeah.
Okay. I look forward to it, but we'll definitely have some sort of giveaway for the 1 year on top of that. So I won't give away exactly what it is yet, but we're actually still confirming it. We're trying to make it as good a giveaway as we possibly can. Okay. Was there anything else from community?
I think that's about it for the week. I have some other questions I'll save for next week too.
Okay.
Cool. As ever, any other questions? Discord, Twitter, Facebook, all the usual social channels. Share, follow, subscribe. Tell your families and friends. Beta's coming soon. They want to get involved, own a Bezogi, or buy some token. Not financial
Jason asking, are we hiring in the US?
Yeah, I was about to answer that as well. Look, I think there's a lot of talent that can also work remotely with the project. So if you guys are interested, you guys have relevant skills, whether it's programming, coding, designing, Marketing, yeah, get in touch. We're expanding constantly, and we're always looking for good talent.
Yeah.
As ever, whenever you're looking for a role, try to be proactive in terms of demonstrate some of your skill sets. Please understand, you know, we receive lots of interest, and sometimes people wake up and decide they want to work in crypto and maybe don't have the right skill sets. The intention is best there, but it makes it easy for us as a team when we can see, okay, these are the skills. This is how it would apply into the Bezogi ecosystem. It just makes it a lot more fluid for us as a team. So if you are expressing interest, try to share some material that you've worked on. Maybe tailor something for Bezogi and show us how it might apply. It really makes it much easier for us.
Mike James has asked a good question. The current US office is in Mike James' garage for the time being, but for the 50 people getting paid, they get paid through the treasury funds. So the funds that we had raised from the NFT sales, so on and so forth, whatever's sitting in the treasury, that's how those people get paid. So you can imagine most people are getting paid in crypto because we're a crypto project.
Actually, most are not, right? We have the Pakistan office and China office of 42 people are getting paid just fiat.
Yeah, but then I get paid crypto and I pay fiat. So technically we are
exactly.
We are paying crypto in a way, right? But the treasury pays for it, and then we manage it from there.
Yeah, exactly. But most of the people that are outsourced and the contractors and are paid in crypto, and then the Chinese office is a separate entity. They're just paid in fiat, like a regular salary, and the same in Pakistan. But yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Mike James. If you're gonna work for Bezoge, or if you're planning to work for Bezoge, it's fine, man. We'll pay you in food stamps.
I do think that down the line, once the game is launched, there may be some opportunity for a US office.
I mean,
especially since we will probably have a lot of players in the US, but we've not planned that out yet.
I've been getting a little feel about the blockchain culture up here in the Pacific Northwest, but I think that would still be a couple of months down the line. But there is some smart people here. I've seen some enterprise grade solutions for blockchain, customizable for enterprises and stuff, and there's some geeky action going on. But I think crypto generally it was a little subdued because there's the big tech names here. There's huge tech names here, so crypto culture is coming in slowly, at least in this part of the United States.
Yeah.
All right. Any closing thoughts for our week?
No, I think I'm really liking these video AMAs. Sorry, I couldn't be here last week. We were all on. I was on holiday. Zach was traveling. I did still listen in, and I was replying to a lot of people in the comments. But I had such a bad connection that I didn't feel like it was. If I came on, it wouldn't be a good experience for everyone. So, yeah, thank you to everyone for coming. The new video AMAs have been incredible. I really enjoy it. It's nice to see everyone's smiling faces on here every week. And especially this week with Samuel coming on playing the game, I think I'm excited to run around the new neutral zone. I think we were actually looking at it the other day and we realized that it was double the size. Me and Benji were looking at the map, and although it looks like it's actually, when you lay the two maps on top of each other, it looks like it's only a little bit bigger. But when you think about it, the way that a circle works, right? The majority of the volume is around the edge. So when you move it, when you increase a radius, from 50 to 60 or 70, it actually can double the volume, right? I can work that out in my head with the whole pi r squared. I'm not gonna get it.
The one thing I wanted to mention was like the big difference I felt between the old map and the new map is in the old neutral zone, it felt as if the other worlds were segregated, and in the new zones, it feels like you can kind of cross over to them. Like it feels like you can actually just kind of cross over the creek or jump over the beach and get to those zones. So is there more plans to like create like segregation, entry portals, or would it stay this open? Like I could just kind of run into Bezogia from the neutral zone. What are you guys thinking?
I mean, I think there will be like the portals will still teleport you to another zone that will be also like an island or an archipelago or something like that. Archipelago. So it will be, new zones will still be kind of separate, but you could see them from like in the scale, like from the main island.
Yeah, Zach, they're still completely separate maps like Bezogia.
Yeah.
It's just that what we've done is we've made small islands and areas of the map within the neutral zone that have the feel of those worlds already.
More blended.
This places, Bezogia and all the other zone will have a lot of changes and will be really huge, a little bit like the new central area. They're gonna be full, really huge zone for each breed.
Okay.
I can tell that Samuel is very excited about that just on the way he's speaking.
But I like.
I'm really happy because we found a lot of new way to create the maps, and I can't wait to make them because it's really cool.
When you learn a new tech skill and then figure out, oh my gosh, there's another way we can do and make it even better than before.
But I like it. I like it because now from the neutral zone, you can easily identify which part you want to go to if you want to get into another world. With the old world, it was a little confusing. You'd have to guess like which way is Bezogia. In this one, you really don't have to. Yeah.
We really want to put a lot of point of view. There is as everything is unique, you can really easily find where you are and where you want to go.
Okay, all right. Well,
real quick, did we do an official introduction of Samuel? I know last week Steve had mentioned him in the comment section, and a lot of people were asking, when's Samuel? Who's Samuel? So did we do a proper introduction? Samuel, if you want to do a quick introduction of yourself, maybe a few seconds of backstory history.
In first, I'm sorry, I break my webcam just before the AMA, but I'm a level designer and graphic designer. I work with Benji from a long time, and he made a lot of the shaders and tools that we are using to make the maps. So it's a really a pleasure. I made open world mostly for FPS, virtual reality FPS and shooters since the last 5 years. But I always want to work for a fantasy MMORPG style world, and working on Bezogia was such an opportunity to explore this part, and I'm really happy to work on this game.
Well, we're glad to have you.
Yeah, actually, Samuel has been working like on games for like many games projects and stuff for like the past maybe 13 years or something. And somewhere like
seeing you work live, Samuel, is really an amazing experience. Just seeing how you architect these worlds and then introduce the layers and the gameplay. I feel blessed to be able to watch you work sometimes.
Yes, we can do it again if you want, with pleasure.
Yeah, we should do some more.
Yeah,
one thing to add as well, I just remember, while I ran away to the toilet, I had a thought. I know there was a question earlier about if we were to get acquired. I think one of the more likely things that would happen is that we would be acquiring other companies rather than us being acquired. I would suggest, at least, that the goal that we have internally of what we want to do with the project is we don't want this to just be a single game project. We want this to be one of the biggest gaming companies in the world, is what we plan to do here. At least to be the largest blockchain gaming company in the world is the goal that we have. And we plan on bringing out like AAA titles. You know, we don't want to just bring out one game and that's it. We don't want a one-hit wonder. We want to be the Activision the Blizzard, of the blockchain industry. That's the goal we have here. So it's more likely that we would be acquiring other companies than we would be acquired ourselves. I think that's the way we see it anyway.
I mean, and just to recap, it'd be Bezoge is the umbrella company. Legends of Bezogia is our first MMORPG free play and earn.
And for this, I want to say that it's such a pleasure to work with you guys, because you're always open to ID. You have a lot yourself, and for the many people we worked with you, it's really easy to bring concept to life, because you're such open. You have formulated your first idea. There is a long time ago, so you have it's not a blank page, but we can take all these things and come with 3D visualization, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but we always found a way to make it happen, and we never waste work, and I think it's really the best way to go onward, and yeah, it's really great, and I think it will continue.
Yeah. And the community is really great. Like for the alpha testing, I mean, like it's so supportive. I mean, I've never seen a community that is as nice as that in any game project. It's like it's really neat. I mean, people are nice. Like it. No,
usually people are not very nice in the beta testing and alpha testing communities.
I mean, people can be nice in some cases. Like, I mean, we had like great communities before, but like this is really impressive. I mean, like people are so supportive, like giving detailed feedback,
help other players,
and really trying to yeah. It's like
there's
really
no
awesome.
There's no keyboard warriors to be seen in the research community.
Not in the community yet.
Not in the community. Maybe somewhere else, but not in the community.
Those alpha.
That was a little bit of a leak just for some people there.
Who knows?
Is there anything the alpha community could do differently to help you guys, Benji and Samuel? Is there anything the community can do even more so to help you guys?
Don't be nice. Be critical.
Don't be nice.
Yeah, be critical. Bash them.
No, keep being nice.
That's how you can make them improve. If he's gonna feel like everyone's such a nice community, no, you guys gotta do the opposite. Gotta bash Benji. Gotta tell him everything you don't like, so you'll see improvements.
Yeah, I mean, sure. No, I mean, it's good to like, keep being like honest about, like frank about stuff you like and what you don't like. It's always helpful to have like some feedback. And honestly, I think we have really good. I think the way it is, it's great. I think the alpha test is all being great and very helpful together. Like when someone has trouble connecting and stuff, there are like always people helping. So it's really great.
Scorsagian's question here: will we tease the summoning before it's released? Me and Benji have had quite a few discussions about how the summoning will look in terms of the animation, and we do.
You got it?
There's two different animations that we'll be working on. One will be for summoning, one will be for minting, and the summoning will be a WebGL experience in on the website basically. So as you summon, there'll then be an animation. Most likely, the plan is to be very similar to how the summoning looked in the trailer, but most likely with the two Bezogi that you are summoning with will be around the cauldron, and they'll be like throwing some blocks in. Most likely throwing some blocks in and doing some magic. That's about as detailed as I can give you, but it should be something like that. So there'll be basically a loop, because the summoning process will maybe take. It will be variable, of course, but it could be 10 minutes if we need a lot of Bezogis suddenly, and it could be days. It could be 48, 72 hours, or a whole week, maybe, if there's not a rush.
Steve, this is pretty normal in the summoning ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
In terms of summoning varies on different games. It's never an instant hit in terms of summoning, or it can vary generally.
No, exactly. I think basically like I said, we'll make it variable. We'll make it variable because if the player count, the daily active users is not so high that we need that many new NFTs, and so they will make the time to summon longer. If there's a sudden demand, a big spike in players, then we'll make it a shorter period of time so that the summoning can speed up, and we can have a higher supply of Bezogis to handle the larger DAUs. We have been working a lot internally on the rental system as well, and exactly all the details of exactly how it works. We've laid all of that out, and it's a pretty cool system. They're actually coding it right now. I mean, not right now, but it's 1:30 a.m. but they're coding it every day. And yeah, the back end is actually, there's a lot of progress on the back end of the game that people haven't seen yet. Actually, there's 3 people that are working purely on the back end basically, and another couple of people that are working on the blockchain side of the back end. So yeah, there's a lot that should be pushing out in the next month, but
Cool.
the summoning is going to look cool no matter what, and the minting should also look cool with the Bezogi hitting the anvil with his block breaker. It's going to be a super cool experience no matter what. Was there anything you wanted to add on that, Benji? Did I get that right?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like there's like a lot going on for the backend. I mean, of course, it's not stuff that is super obvious for the community, and it's not been put included in the game yet. But it's coming soon, and we're planning everything for the full release with like millions of players. So of course, it takes time to make it right, because we want it to be scalable and like super safe. But once it's ready for millions of people.
I think there'll probably be times when we know we're onboarding a huge volume of players, whether it's coming through a guild partnership or not, and there'll be times where we can preempt the volume coming in. So there might be alerts and announcements that go out where there's a special summoning window and it's super cheap or super quick. So there'll be lots of different variables, whether it's
there may be promotions on summoning, promotions on minting.
Absolutely.
A lot of these things in order to handle the demand of the game, because one of the reasons that we need to decrease the time of summoning is because if the player count increases so much, we will be adding a queuing system. So that's something that they're actually coding out right now as well. We've nailed down all of exactly how the queuing systems would work. But basically, let's say there's only 10,000 Bezogis, but there's 12,000 players, then the last 2,000 that come in will be in a queue to wait to play, basically.
Like FIFO or LIFO or...
Yeah, exactly. And then the same for, there's a lot of variables in there. For example, if you're playing, when you're using a character, what if the owner of that character comes in to play the game? There's a lot of scenarios that we have to code out and plan. So we're going through that right now and developing that. But I think that the solution we have works really well. At least in theory, it should. I'm pretty confident that it'll work, and the experience as a new player should be very smooth. That's the whole point of, we've designed everything to just be as smooth as possible from the player. Sometimes the devs look at me as if to say like I'm a madman because I want to have these functions, and they say that function is just really difficult. And I'm like, well, but it's better for the player. And they say, yeah, it is better for the player, but it's worse for me coding it. And I'm like, well, that doesn't matter, you know. And this is not Benji. This is the backend developer. I think he knows who I'm talking about. I had this discussion the other day, and there's a lot of things like the queuing system that we're coding out, that some functions that will make it significantly more difficult to code. But I know the team can do it, so I'm not that worried about it. But it'll make it
feels like we have very smart contracts, not just smart contracts.
Well, these aren't the smart contracts.
I like my game's next question, actually. I like it.
Mike, the answer to Mike James's question is that probably the best way to answer that is sooner than you might think.
And it's gonna be
I like that answer.
it's gonna be something you've never seen before in the crypto space. So just hold on. Just hold on. We're waiting for something really
There
cool.
may even be multiple mints, Mike. There may even be multiple.
Who knows?
You never know.
Exactly.
So y'all better load up on some ETH or just everything. I don't know. Can we get a clue on? Do I need more Matic? Do I need more Ethereum? Do I need BNB?
You don't have to worry about the smaller chain coins. But yeah, ETH is quite cheap today. ETH is a good buy actually. No financial advice, but yeah, having some ETH it never hurts to have some extra ETH. That's all I'll say.
Of course.
Bobby, also, this is actually something I'm looking into, the corporate development team right now. We have 2 or 3 people working on corporate development, Mike and Charles, but they're fully maxed out. We are actually looking for more people to work on partnerships because we have a lot of partnerships that we're working on. But having a couple of people in-house that are constantly available to reply, because right now it's me, Shahid, Nick, Zach, and we're quite busy. So replying to these people 24 hours a day is difficult. But this is one of the positions that we are certainly looking for in Dubai, either 1 or 2 people that will just be handling these corporate relationships, like partnerships. Because there's a lot of people reaching out to us, especially through Charles and Mike, that want to work with us, and we show them the game, show them what we can do, and they're blown away. I think there's 2 this week that I'm in discussions with. So these are all things that are going on behind the scenes that I can't tell anyone about, of course. But yeah,
we're hiring a CEO, a chief ecosystem officer.
Chief, I was going to say, you're replacing me?
For a second, Steve just froze over there. He's like, what do you mean?
That was a dodgy VPN connection.
Yeah. No, but we're definitely hiring a lot more people. The workload is a lot, but hopefully we'll get some great talent on board.
Yeah. I can't see what this last comment is. Okay.
James smashes it on the smash.
It was covered up, so I couldn't see what it is.
Yeah. I like that French connection.
Yeah. Well,
awesome.
I think more questions from the community today.
I think we can probably wrap it up there because I have to get up in 7 hours to go on the Tripsters AMA.
I've never done an AMA this early in the morning. I usually do the AMAs and wrap up my day, but today I'm actually doing the AMAs and starting my day.
Yeah. Okay. So if that is it, is there anything anyone else has to say? Carrie, Shahid, Ben, Samuel, anything? Zach, anything to finish off? Any final words?
Happy Monday.
Follow us on LinkedIn. We definitely are trying to build our LinkedIn out right now. So we've got a few hundred followers. Do follow us on LinkedIn. Spread the word. Let other people know. If they have LinkedIn accounts, it would be great if you follow us. And we're building out the LinkedIn as it expands more, because I think a lot of our Chinese staff don't use LinkedIn. So we're trying to add more and more into our LinkedIn so you can start seeing, like, the whatever you call it, right? Like the whole layout of the company. I wouldn't call it a hierarchy because
call it a flat organizational structure.
Yeah.
A decentralized structure.
Yeah. Oh, something also to mention on hiring perspective, we also brought someone in to help Shahid on marketing. Someone with around 10 years experience in marketing industry, built out a community at Insta360. I don't know if people know Insta360, the camera company. It's actually a very good friend of mine.
Equivalent.
Yeah, very good friend of mine that I studied with at university. Actually, we were in the university together. moved to China because of me about 7 years ago. I think, 8 years ago, maybe he relocated to China because he saw I was here having a great time. And then he ended up working at DJI, Oppo, Insta360, and he built out Insta360 basically from scratch. I know he was one of the first 50 employees, and he was heading all of the digital marketing. So he's coming on to help us with community, help us with all of our email campaigns that we'll be doing, all of the marketing alongside Shahid. Yeah.
So this has been a lot of the onboarding last week, just behind the scenes, getting everything ready. It just helps us become faster, much more fluid. We know where we need help, and these are the areas we're focusing now on as a team. As Steve mentioned, we've done a lot on the development side. We needed to get that ready to make sure we achieve our deadlines, get the game ready for global release, and now we can start amplifying and pushing further. The site is working, everything's progressing along. There's always little upgrades we perform behind the scenes, sometimes visual, sometimes engineering, but work doesn't stop for us.
There's a question says, why is the charity work always in the Philippines? Generally, it started from a member of the community, Ernesto. He was working a full-time job in a hospital, and he decided to dedicate his time and life to the charity. So that's how it started in the Philippines. And then the academy naturally and organically also started in the Philippines because we had people on the ground. I think that was the most important aspect, is to make sure that the funds are deployed right to the people that need it, so that there's no slippage or there's no fat in the whole process. And the academy was just a great idea, so we decided to pilot the academy from the Philippines because, again, Ernesto was on the ground. We have help over there. So we were able to, book out the internet cafes, get all these students to come in, start giving them sessions. And I was in the last session, by the way. These guys, they dropped the academy session Zoom links. I'll encourage them to do it. So more of I think the people in the community can also go. So I went into the Zoom links. I see how they're teaching the kids, and it's very interesting. It's just being able to gather good information, good understanding and knowledge on how we can be more effective. So generally, that's why we're in the Philippines, but we've had efforts in other places. We just prefer that community members that are physically present can run some of our charitable efforts, because at least that way it's guaranteed, secure, make sure it gets to the right people. And yeah, that's pretty much why we're in the Philippines right now. A lot of the stuff we're doing is more of a pilot. And hopefully with the academy, once this module is perfected, we could actually expand this into many emerging countries. So Latin America has been a big aim. If there's any Latin American community members out there in Brazil or any other emerging markets, get in touch. Maybe we could replicate the academy module there. In the subcontinent, if there's community members in Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, get in touch. We could replicate our efforts over there. And even in Southeast Asia, apart from Philippines, in Vietnam, Thailand, wherever we can, expand some of our efforts, and you guys are willing to be on the ground to deploy, that would be great. Do get in touch.
Yeah. I think we're more than open to expanding the academy and the charity work into other countries. It just happens to be in the Philippines because it's being spearheaded by Ernesto himself, and then funded by Zach and I believe Yappy in the community. Fully funded the academy for 2 years, I think, or 3 years.
As long
I can't remember how many. Is it 3 years?
Yeah. We've gone till 2026, but let's see.
4 years.
We've got enough till mid of next year or onwards anyway. At this point, yeah.
And we've also discussed before about setting up a charity wallet. Maybe eventually we can get that on the website, where we can have a wallet for the community to donate to. And then we have those funds to spread out to our soldiers worldwide that can do the same type of work that Ernesto is doing. So Ernesto was just the spearheader of this, and it is a great way for us to start and see what works and see the best route to continue it. But yeah,
It's been
just like our
incredible to see.
project is global, our charity work will be global too.
And I think if we do, then if we move to the point that we have a charity wallet or anything like that, we'd most likely set up some sort of foundation to handle everything worldwide, so that we can make sure everything is, is clear, and people can see that where their money is going, especially with the foundation. It's a bit more transparent. If we expand this out a little bit, because right now it's basically funded by a lot of the people we know, like friends, right? It's not mostly community members that we know quite closely, like Mike James, I think, funded some. I funded some. Zach funded some. I know Mike and Charles funded some months as well for the charity. And that's because we know exactly where the money is going, and we are communicating with Ernesto directly. But if we were to open it up to community, we would probably set up some sort of foundation so people are sure of exactly where their money is going. So I think
if we do a public charity wallet at this point, we'll have to provide better organization and more transparency. So the way it's working right now, it's good. It's all privately pledged. So and since it's the core team and a lot of early holders, it's easier to keep it transparent. But I think as we expand, we could. It's a lot of responsibility when people are donating money for charity. You want to make sure like every dollar is placed the right way. So we'll work on that. For sure. But we'd love for people, more than just the money, if there's people who could actually give time on the ground to expand our efforts. That's something that we're really looking forward to, more than funds. I'm sure, we've got a generous community here, so I'm not worried about the funding. I'm just more worried about the deployment of the funds going into the right place, and we hitting the ground instead of it being, I don't know, delegated to another charitable organization. It's better we run it ourselves.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. I think we should probably end it there. We were going through, but we were about to do the final words from everyone, and then there was a few more questions. Were there any final words? No?
Happy Monday.
I think we've gone through the final words about 3 times now. So
we see each other next week.
Yes.
We see each other next week. Look forward to seeing some sort of more content. I think hopefully the alpha session this week will be in the new world. Hopefully, if we can get it going. Is that the plan, Benji? No pressure?
We'll see. I think it's we'll see, depending on how like if we can polish everything, we'll probably try. But like if it works,
let's try and get
we can try. If not next week,
get people testing the Android version. I'm very excited.
Maybe a Euro-friendly time zone test would be good.
Okay, yeah, we could try. I think we could try to have what's Euro-friendly, especially if it's Euro-friendly, not too afternoon in Europe would be nice.
No, evening Europe is good.
Evening Europe
is not very good for us.
Europe is not great for me. Like evening Europe means like sleeping at 5 in the morning. So.
Tea time. We do tea time. Butter and scones time.
Which I'm trying not to do too much, but
it's we need Benji in top shape, not coming into the office like half asleep, because kept him up until 5 in the morning doing a test session.
Especially since we have a bigger and bigger team. I think there's lots of stuff to manage with the people, so it's important for me to be there and in good shape.
We do late afternoon. I'll let you off too.
Late afternoon is perfect.
There's only so much that our fridge full of Red Bull can do for Benji's energy level. He goes through a good 4 cans of energy drink a day, I think, at the moment. At least.
That's not good, Benji. It's not good for your health. We got to keep you around, man. Come on.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I'm used to it.
We'll need a Bezogi energy drink. Maybe we should get an energy drink sponsor for the game.
Oh yeah,
it would
like
be amazing.
yeah. I think they could just like send us the like if Monster or like Dongfeng or whatever, like they want Red Bull, they want to sponsor us. Like yeah, like they can just send us cans and
Yeah, we can do a Red Bull.
Wow, make a tailored Bezogi. Make a little race car, bring in some F1.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Okay, guys, I think that's it for this week. Once again, thank you everyone for joining. It's been a long one actually, 2 hours again.
Yeah.
But great questions from the community. Once again, great to see everyone's smiling faces. I'm really enjoying these video AMAs.
Yeah, same here.
So thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. We see
Bye,
you.
guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Bye.